What's up guys, macadii here bringing you the first battle for our RU session. Now today I'm against a guy called Good Guy Mark, and I'm really liking his team. It looks really NU-esque and a bit quirky, and I'm really feeling it, to be honest. So, looking at this guy's team, he has the Cacturn, which will potentially be quite scary. The Sandslash, which may end up being his lead, to be honest. A Gramble as well, which are just ridiculously bulky, especially with that Intimidate as well. They can pull off the same sort of tricks as Beyblade. A Mismagius as well, which may be sub-nasty plot, which is definitely something got to watch out for. Luckily, we have 2 Sucker Punch users and a Shadow Sneak user, so that thing won't be too much of a threat to us. And finally, an Electrovile, which is probably a Scarfer, to be honest. That's what they normally run. And then finally a Ludicolo as well, which Dealer should be able to get handle. I guess the Ice Beam may be coming our way, but that's something we're just going to have to sort out when we get there. So we're going to go out into Tartarus to lead, as he does decide to lead with a Ludicolo, which is going to cause a few issues for us. I think probably the best thing to do would be, it'd be nice to get a burn off on this guy. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do actually. He does decide to go for the Scald, doesn't get the burn, and I do miss my my Will-O-Wisp, which is an absolutely excellent start of the session, to be honest. So, Dealer is the way we're going to have to go, unfortunately. I know an Ice Beam may be coming my way, but there's not a huge amount we can do. So I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb here, just to maximise the amount of damage. And it'll be interesting to see, because this guy may be Specs, but I haven't seen a Specs Ludicolo. Looking at the way he just acted there, that may be a Specs guy, actually. So that's quite interesting. From here, I do predict something like a Thunder Punch, not Thunder Punch, Ice Punch or something like that. They are normally physical, these guys. So it is quite tempting to go out into Palindroma, and then I can go out into something else. It's quite tricky, actually. Because I really don't want Palindroma to get smacked with anything electric. Maybe it is... No, because Dealer works really well against his team, actually. So he actually completely wrecks his team. So we need to keep Dealer alive. That's the main priority. So maybe Palindrome is the way to go. That way we can see what he's going to do, see if he's physical, and we can see if he's Scarfed as well. So he is looking to be a bit special. So we're going to go for a Protect. I know I am going to lose the momentum if he is a Scarfer. But if he decides to switch out now, then we have a really good idea of what this guy is. And I would rather find that out than switch out and let something else take a T-Bolt or anything like that. So we are going to just Protect this turn. Actually, thinking about it, maybe Bulky Set is the way to go. Just in case he goes for the T-Bolt. We're going to go out into Bulky Set, I think. As he does decide to go out, hopefully, we do get the switch off, out into Bulky Set. So we can go for the Signal Beam, actually, here. And that, I know we're going to get smacked with a Sucker Punch, but he does go out to the Mismagius. He predicted the Signal Beam. That's a shame. So, as he goes into the Mismagius, we're going to Volt Switch here, and we're going to go out into our one and only Tartarus. And that does a pretty good chunk, actually, and I think that's within Shadow Sneak range. So if he decides to do any sub-shenanigans, Tartarus is definitely going to be able to handle that. As he gets the crit and takes me out, which is a real shame. So what we're going to have to do from here is probably go out into maybe Bigger Boat and go for the Ice Shard. Actually, no, why don't we just... Yeah, we're going to go out into Jolteon here, and we can go for a... Yeah, probably a Shadow Ball. Yeah, Shadow Ball is probably the best way to go, because if he decides to go out into the Sandslash, I don't think that's going to be able to take 2 Shadow Balls. And this is definitely going to be able to take it out. Don't think it's Scarfed from what I can see. No. So that should be fine. I don't think this guy's going to end up keeping his Mismagius around. He probably is going to end up taking that, letting that die. But our main priority is keeping Dealer alive, because once the Electivire is out the way, our guy completely destroys his team. I guess the Ludicolo has the Ice Beam as well, potentially. But we have other ways to work around that. in looking at the team as well, it'd be nice if I could have a bit more Volt turning action going on, because especially with the walls as well. But to be honest, they don't actually learn a move that enables them to do that. So that is a bit of a shame, but there's not a huge amount you can do. Obviously do have a bit of Volt turn going on with Bulky Set, but there are quite a few ground types running around, and Mega Steelix as well. So he doesn't get to, so he isn't as useful as you might think. Most of the time he is pretty good, but as I said, sometimes he isn't, especially when there's ground types on the opposite side of the team. He goes out to the Sand Slash, as that does 51%. Hopefully he hasn't got lefties. He has the lefties, so we're going to have to go out into Palindroma now, which is a real shame. I know he's probably going to get Rocks up this turn. He doesn't. He ends up switching out into the Ludicolo. So, from here, it is tempting to go out into Dealer, but I think, to be honest, Beyblade is probably the way we're going to go, because we should be able to take any hit this guy throws at us, and he does go for the Ice Beam here. We don't know what sort of set he's running at the minute. We're just going to go for the close combat, because if the Miss Magus comes out, we can Sucker Punch on that guy. Hopefully he won't run the sub, but there's not a huge amount we can do if he does. He goes out into the Gramble now. So, from here we can go out into definitely the Alamomola, but Gramble is just absolutely sickeningly bulky. It's just ridiculous. It's unbelievably bulky. Because we can go out into that, we can go for most likely a Toxic, actually. Yeah, we're going to go for a Toxic here, because it'd be good if we can get a Toxic off on that Cacturn or the Ludicolo. We get a Toxic off on the Gramble. He trades Toxics with us, which isn't good news at all, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for... We need a good opportunity to go into Bigger Boat, because we can start working our way around his team. We do kind of need Gramble out the way, though, first. So we're going to go for a... We're going to go for a Scald here, because if he decides to switch out into any of these, we have a chance to actually get a status off. He goes out into the Electrifire, as that isn't going to burn. We do get a crit, though, and it's going to give us the opportunity to go out. We're going to go out into Bulky Set, because I don't think he has any real option outside of a Thunder move. He's mixed. Okay. Blimey, I didn't expect him to be mixed, I must admit. So, that means probably... he caught us out with that one. I didn't expect him to be mixed. Let's see. Let's go out to Palindroma, and we're going to go for another Scald. But yeah, that's a bit of a blow that we've lost Jolteon. I didn't expect him to be able to do that. So, from here, we really need an opportunity to get out into Bigger Boat at some point. But we can go out into... Let's go out into Dealer now, because we can go for a Sludge Bomb on this guy if needs be. Looking at how much that does, I don't think an Ice Beam is actually going to do a massive amount, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to go for the Sludge Bomb, as he has the HP Ice on Ludicolo. Ludicolo knows Ice Beam, unless that's HP Fire? I guess it could be HP Fire, but still, that's a little bit weird, I must admit. We're going to go for another Sludge Bomb. He has the Ice Beam as well. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. So, he's dodging every single Scald and Sludge Bomb poison, which is just a bit annoying, really, but there's not much we can do. So, we're going to go for a... We could go for a bit of plays just to try and get... Yeah, we're going to go for a few plays. We're going to go out into Palindroma, and then we're going to go back out into Dealer, as he goes out into the Miss Magus now. Okay, so we are going to have to go back out into Dealer, because there might be a T-Bolt coming our way, and we really don't want Alamomola to get hit by that, because that's going to do a huge amount of damage, or even an Energy Ball. But from here now, we can sub. So we're going to go for the sub here, as he may decide to Willow, but to be honest, he may want to try and keep this alive instead. He goes out into the Sand Slash. So from here we can go for a... Let's go for a Giga Drain. I guess Spore could be... Let's go for Spore, actually, because he's going to outspeed. He's going to go for EQ. Okay, he goes for Stealth Rocks here. That's fair enough. So we managed to put the Sand Slash to sleep. Sand Slash to sleep. So we're going to go for the Giga Drain here. And in terms of switch-ins, I don't think there's too much. I know I am sort of starting to be a bit whittled down, but Dealer is definitely going to be able to put in a lot of work. So hopefully, as long as we keep Dealer alive, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. He is going to sack off his Electivire this turn, which he does lock himself into Ice Punch. So he's definitely a mixed one, which is quite interesting. You don't really see scarfed mixed ones very often. You do normally see sort of more bulky offensive ones being mixed, but I guess that's fair enough. He goes out to the Miss Majors this turn, which is a little bit worrying because I'm not exactly sure what this guy's got for me. So we're going to go for the Giga Drain, as he goes to the Shadow Ball, and that really doesn't do a huge amount. And unfortunately for him, he isn't able to take me out, or take me down to a reasonable level of health. But I guess after another Shadow Ball, he's going to be able to get me down to about 50%, something like that, after Black Sludge recovery and Giga Drain recovery as well. But Dealer is definitely starting to even things out, and I've got rid of one of the main counters to Dealer as well. So yeah, so I get up to about 50%, so it would be good if I could switch out at some point, as he goes out into the Cacturn now, which is a little bit scary. But what we're going to do is we're going to go out into Beyblade, because I need some healing up, definitely, and we're going to get the attack drop as he goes to the Swords Dance here. Now, unfortunately, we are kind of forced to go for the close combat here, because I really don't want him to be switching out, and I know it was obvious that he was going to go out into the Granbull, but if I'd have switched out into Amoonguss and got it wrong, it would be pretty detrimental, I must admit. So we're going to go out into Palindroma, and we can get a Wish off, and we can either heal up Beyblade a bit, which might be worth doing. He does double out into the Ludicolo now, so we can go back out into Dealer, as we'll see what he decides to go for here. But no, that Granbull definitely needs whittling down as much as possible. Hopefully he doesn't pack the rest, because otherwise we are going to be in a spot above there. He doesn't predict us and ends up going for the Giga Drain instead, so we can just go for the Sludge Bomb here. And once this Ludicolo's out of the way, it's definitely going to even out the playing field, and Dealer's definitely going to have an easier time as well. So hopefully we can snag the poison. We don't snag the poison again, which is a real shame. So we're going to have a few plays going around. So we're going to go out into Palindroma this turn. I know there's rocks and everything like that, but I am still healing up, and it just gives me a way to keep Amoonguss up to a higher level of health. So we're going to go back out into Dealer. Hopefully he decides to go for the Giga Drain this turn, and as long as there's not too many mispredictions, yep. So that's fine. So we can go out to the Amoonguss, and we're back up to a reasonable level of health where Cacturn won't be able to do a huge amount. So we're going to go for a Spore here, because I'm confident I can hit any hit. I can take any hit from this guy, and that does a huge amount. We get the poison this turn as well, which means that we can now go out into probably Palindroma, because I'm not exactly sure what coverage this guy's got. He's definitely not going to be going for a grass move though. So we can go out into that, and it means Dealer also goes back up to full HP, which is absolutely excellent. As he goes to the Drain Punch, he gets the crit. Now that's not good at all. So we're going to have to go for the Protect here, and that crit's really messed me up, because if it wasn't a crit, we'd be able to take him out from here from stalling. But no, Drain Punch wouldn't have done too much to Amoonguss at all, actually. So, as I said, I go for the Protect, as he does go for the Drain Punch here. And we are going to have to go for a... I think this may be the end for him, for Palindroma. To be honest, we don't particularly need him, so we're going to let Palindroma go down here, as... Oh, oh no, what was I doing? I completely forgot about Water Absorb. That's really annoying, actually. I don't know why, I completely forgot about Water Absorb there. So we're going to go out into Bigger Boat now, because we can go for... We should outspeed, and we can go for an Ice Shard here, which is going to be able to take this guy out. And he does go out into the Granbull, but as I said, we still got the Amoonguss going for us. But that Granbull is just so bulky. That's unbelievable. So we can go out into... Yeah, we're going to go out into Dealer here. And hopefully that's not going to do too much. That doesn't do too much to us at all, so we can go for the Sludge Bomb here. Looking at this, it's probably more of a physically defensive set, so this should be able to do quite a decent chunk of damage to this guy. But yeah, Gramble is just so bulky. Yeah. But as I said, guys, apologies for the Cacturne. That was a really, really stupid play on my part. I completely forgot about it. But Sludge Bomb takes it out. Blimey, yeah, it was physically defensive then. So, from here, Dealer's still sitting pretty comfortably, as he does go out into Ludicolo now. So, we're going to go for... Yeah, we're just going to go for a Sludge Bomb here. And take that out. Is it an Ice Beam? Takes down to 35. Hopefully we don't get... Yeah, we don't get frozen. That would have been pretty terrible, I must admit. So, from here, though, I don't think he can win. We're going to go... We do need either Beyblade or Mega Glalie to take out that Cacturne, but we only need one of them. So we can actually go out into Beyblade now, just to play it safe with Dealer, because we want as much HP as possible, as his attack falls, and an EQ isn't going to be able to be a 2-hit KO here. So we can... Oh, actually, it is going to be with close combat. But there's not a huge amount we can do. Beyblade is literally just going down now, just to whittle this guy down, and also provide a little bit of HP for Amoonguss. Because it means now, actually, we can go out into Bigger Boat, we can go for a Double Edge, and then we can go for an Ice Shard to clean up from there. So, this is just an example of just how disgusting the Regenerator Core, this Regenerator Core is. It's absolutely hideously evil, and I absolutely love it, to be honest. I've used it quite a lot, and I know it's... What, an Ice Shard? Oh, why did I go for Ice Shard? I don't know what I was thinking there. I was busy chatting away to you guys, and I clicked Ice Shard. I meant to go for the Double Edge, but luckily that, to be honest, in the end of the day, that wouldn't have made any difference. But we can just go for another Ice Shard here. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just chatting away to you guys, and not really thinking about what I was clicking. But yeah, that does take him out. And from here, he goes out into the Cacturne, as we're going to have to go for the Ice Shard just in case he packs that Sucker Punch. And that does outspeed and take him out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. It's really, really fun. It's an absolutely brilliant team. So hopefully, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you at the next one.